the first explorers arrived, John Lord Stephens, Frederick Catherwood. Stephens is a lawyer from New York. Frederick Catherwood is an architect from London. Stephens narrates everything they see. Catherwood draws everything. For the first time in 1846, people saw the pyramid in the drawings of Frederick Catherwood. You know, they make a book, Incidents of Traveling in Yucatan and Central America. It was a best-selling book. Everybody read it. Everybody heard of Chichen Itza. Everybody except the governor of Yucatan. In 1901, the governor of Yucatan sold Chichen Itza for $75 to the Vice Consul of the United States, Edward Thompson. Mr. Thompson bought the property. He brought the Peabody Museum. They went that way, and they took out of the cenote, the sacred well, with a mechanical arm. You probably saw if you went to the toilets, mechanical arm. They took out 25,000 pieces of art, 25,000 pieces of ceramic, jewelry, precious stones. They took them to Boston, to Peabody Museum, and spent there 98 years. In the year 2002, President Bush from the U.S. and President of Mexico, Vicente Fox, they brought the treasures back. You know, you can go to Mexico City now and admire them in the Museum of Anthropology and History right there. Now, in 1904, they took the treasures. In 1925, we paid $1 million to Thompson and he left. 1926, we restored the pyramid. 1935, we dig inside the pyramid and we found inside there is another pyramid. So the Mayans had one pyramid there with 65 steps per side. 65 times 4 is 260. One calendar. The top one that was made later, 365 makes it 91 each side, you know. So the second calendar is on top and the first calendar is underneath. When we dig inside there, it's still 20 years ago, we could go inside there, we could climb inside there, and there is a chamber. There is a room inside there, and that chamber has two sculptures. One of those is like this. It's a reclining figure. Look at this one here. It's a reclining figure with flexed knee, body reclined, elbows on the ground, holding a plate on the stomach. And the plate on the stomach used to hold human hearts. So in the original pyramid, in the previous pyramid right here, we used to have human sacrifices. How come? What for? My friends, when the first Mayans arrived here is the year 280, and the Mayans were 500, remember that? So when the 500 people saw a jaguar like cats, scratched the surface and buried their body waste. You know, jaguar like cats, bury their body waste, and the Mayans thought, what a fantastic idea. If we all bury our body waste in the ground, the whole village will be clean. And yes, if you're 500, works fine. But when you're 100,000 people burying your body waste in the only place the water runs, that's a different story. The Mayans pollute the only water they got. And one day they got very sick by drinking the water, so they stopped and they sent their troops in every direction to get water. You know? Imagine you walk with a stick and 2 buckets, 65 kilometers to get clean water. When you come back 5 days later, you have to give the water to the rich people. My friends, have you ever been to Cuba? Cuba is a country that salaries are very low, you know. Problem is, even when there's an island, you cannot go and fish. If you capture a fish and they catch you eating it or give it to your kids, you go to jail. Because the fish don't belong to you, it belongs to everybody. So you have to give it to the authorities and they decide what to do with that. Mayans did the same with the water. They give them to the authorities and they decide. Comprende? So You walk 65 kilometers back and forth 5 days and you cannot drink the water. The water goes only for the rich. And the poor people keep drinking polluted water and getting very sick. So they're not happy about that. And they're ready for a revolt, for a rebellion. But then they told him, God is mad at you. God wants another pyramid. And the Mayans built another pyramid. You know? Another pyramid means another snake, more clapping, more money, more power, less water. Because every time you put two rocks together, you need mortar. Mortar is pulverized rock, you know? Pulverized rock. How do you make 1,000 kilos into fine powder? How do you make the rock into powder? You cook the rock. You burn the stone for 72 hours. You're burning the rock with what? What's the fuel? Wood. You turn 400 trees into ashes before you build 5 steps on that building. 5 steps, 400 trees. Nothing. 1,200 years of constructions, 1,200 years of building pyramids in 5 countries, 400,000 square kilometers. The Mayans brutally destroyed the only thing that helped them keep the rain. The Mayans destroyed the jungle in 5 countries. And one day, there is no jungle, there are no animals to hunt, there is no food, there is no water, it's not raining. Mayans are in trouble. Encounter the leader, and the leader says, God is upset at you. And there is only one thing that can make God so mad. There is only one thing that can make anybody so mad. A woman. I mean, the lack of a woman. God is upset because he's lonely. So the Mayans go around and found the most beautiful young girl, cover her with jewelry and flowers, and completely unconscious, they drop that lady in the cenote. And guess what? It worked! It rained big time! Let me tell you a story, my friends. Today, 2022, still the Mayas prayed for the rain. In the middle of May, the shaman goes out of the jungle, ring the bell of the church. In every little village there is a church. They ring the bell. And the people come out of their houses, and when they see the shaman, they walk with him deep in the jungle. In the jungle, the shaman has a table with lots of drinks, 1 glass of palche, and believe me, you're in touch with the gods. You know? 1 glass, but the shaman drinks more than 1. The ceremony comes really intense. Everybody's dancing, everybody's praying, and underneath the table, 2 kids hiding, they're singing like frogs. The 2 kids, rock, 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 rock. They're calling the rain while the shaman is dancing and praying, and the kids rock, 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 rock. And suddenly, 45 minutes later, thousands of frogs start singing with the kids. And everybody hug and cry and laugh and drop their hands in the air. Everybody's happy. Everybody knows if the frogs are singing, it's gonna rain. And that night, it rains, no matter what. Believe me when I tell you, I was one of those kids. At the age of 6, shaman told my brother Pedro and I, we need to sing like frogs, and we did. And that night it ran. My friends, we came home in our big city, 1 million people there, and told every kid in our private school that we made it rain. Kids laugh, you know? They don't understand it. But when I was 18 years old, after prep school, and I took a tour to Tulum, the tour guide right there was so great. that instantly decide, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna learn